in just 1 week, the most paid,
Toma.
the highest viewed,
Toma.
the most punches landed in women's boxing history,
Toma.
and now the most followed woman athlete,
Toma.
Amanda Serrano.
Toma, huepa, chacho, pa que sepa, puñeta.
Big shout out to Amanda, the real deal Serrano, one time,
Toma.
man. She just continues to achieve and achieve and achieve with boxing politics not included, right? And what I mean by that is, no sanctioning bodies can control this. No promotional company can control this. Remember, as a promoter, marketer, business person, you have no control of what the people do. You can only do your best to make them want to stick around, click, watch, whatever the case is. But the people aren't controlling these situations of the achievements that's being accomplished by Amanda Serrano.
Toma.
So let's get more into it, and I'm going to show you what I mean, man. We now have Amanda Serrano having the biggest following on social media. She got now on Instagram 1.2 million, which now solidifies her as the most followed female athlete. And there's a few things I want to say, and this is not to tear no other athlete, but this is why I enjoy the career of Amanda Serrano, because this is something we could stay updated with her career, right? There's always something coming after. There's always something. And that's what I could appreciate. No matter if you hate on her or not, the results remain, right? Just like they would with anybody else. But the difference is with Amanda Serrano's accomplishments as of recent is that it's not controlled by sanctioning bodies. It's not controlled by promotions. It's literally controlled by the people. People say, oh, but how about the most paid? That's not controlled by her. The promoters pay her that, right? Well, then why hasn't she got dropped from the first fight if she wasn't able to return that money right back to the promoters? The promoters took a chance. And they took a chance because they believed in Amanda Serrano. And they were right, like I always mention. Everybody blames the promoter, but everybody has promoters. This is how the game goes. You know what I'm saying? You guys are blaming her for having the most paid because her promoter is Jake Paul, when it doesn't really make sense considering that he only been a promoter for 3 years while being a boxer for fights and events that a lot of people don't even consider real boxing, right? So everybody blames it on Jake Paul and Tyson doing the most numbers. But remember, the people are in full control of what they want to decide to watch. Now you could say, oh, they generated all that audience for that main event. People are just sticking around for the main event. No matter how you put it, people stuck around. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. And then you guys also admit that she had a great fight and it was a great, entertaining fight. Exactly. That's why you stayed to watch it. The first fight, I didn't watch that joint. I actually was paying attention. I was covering the fights and I wasn't even paying attention to that fight. And I was just paying attention to the chat. You could go look at it. It's live. You know what I'm saying? Even the Mario Barrios versus Ramos, I believe that's what his name, Ramos. That was a pretty good fight, but it wasn't as exciting to me. I was paying attention more to the chat instead of covering it. Shout out to them though. They did have a good little war going on. It was a good back and forth. But I just didn't feel that electrifying moment in that fight, right? But the Amanda Serrano fight, we all tuned into. The whole chat was talking about the fight. Nobody was talking about what took place outside of that fight. When we put on the fights before that with Barrios and Ramos, nobody was talking about that fight in the chat. When the other two social media guys that started, nobody was talking about that in the chat. Once we got to Amanda Serrano, forget about it. The chat started going crazy. You know what I'm saying? People from everywhere, knowing that it's on Netflix, they're still tuning into my channel to watch it. That's my point. The craziest thing, people's Netflix was buffering. They came to my channel to get the commentation. I don't know if commentation is even a word, yo. I might have just made that shit up right now. But they came to my channel for me to do the commentating on it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I get it. You guys are saying, okay, it don't count for the co-main. It only counts for the main. Just remember that no matter what you say, there's always something to apply to any other event. Like Clarissa Shields versus Amanda Serrano. I mean, Clarissa Shields versus Marshall. A lot of people believe that the main event didn't sell was because the co-main, you know what I'm saying, with Alicia. And that whole buildup was crazy. So y'all blaming the main event. The most ironic part about it that y'all blaming it on the main event with Mike Tyson, which is 58 years old, 60 basically, right? And Jake Paul, who's a YouTuber. And y'all saying everybody came to watch that fight. And that's casual talk. If you're casual, you basically tell me you're casual without telling me you're casual, right? And a lot of you guys have the nerve to say that you love boxing, you're boxing fans. But if you want to see that fight just for that main event, then you know you're a casual, right? But that's here nor there. The facts still remain. You know what I'm saying? Same with the Clarissa versus Marshall. That took place in Marshall's home base, her hometown. When Clarissa, her streams in America are what? 400,000. That's the most she ever got in America when she was actually the main event, whatever the case is in America, where it wasn't the other people's team, where it was from her own sole support, because the support that was coming from that record with 2 million wasn't from her. It was from the co-main event in Marshall's hometown. That's what was the most streamed. And how you could tell is because when you relate it to the other ones, she has 400,000, right? Amanda Serrano has other bigger numbers. Another one with where she performed at the Hulu Theater. You know what I'm saying? Then the first Katie Taylor fight. So my thing is, why are we always trying to downplay women's boxing? People say, oh, I'm attacking women. You're attacking the women because you're not giving her respect. But no matter whether you like it, whether you agree with it, whatever the case is, the results remain the same, and it's showing. People are talking about it. They're giving their honest opinion about it, saying that they came to watch her. Celebrities, now look at it's showcasing in her following. Now her following is going crazy. Now she got millions of followers, the most viewed. You know what I'm saying? The most viewed, the most paid, the most landed punch. This is all taking place within 1 week for Amanda Serrano. The least we could do is not create no competition about it, right? Let's just let all the competition and comparisons go. When Clarissa Shields won her fight, Amanda Serrano showed her the most respect. Shouted her out, say, yo, she's great. Women's boxing this, like she's doing her thing. I truly appreciate you. You the one right now. You know what I'm saying? I even made a video about Clarissa Shields saying, yo, she looked crazy in that fight. Hella impressive. I don't like the whole politics. I always say that took place in her fight with the extra title that she didn't fight in the division for. You know what I'm saying? Fighting a 7-1 fighter, whatever, and that was out for 5 years and came back to be a world champion somehow. I don't understand how that happens, but she did exactly what she was supposed to do to a fighter like that. And she looked sharp. She looked strong. She looked scary as hell at heavyweight. Clarissa Shields. Now make sure to mention that and give her props when it was time. When after the fight, that's the first thing I did. Made a nice little thumbnail for her and everything, right? Because I'm okay with saying, yo, that's good, and not comparing to nobody else and just say that's what's up, right? With Amanda Serrano, though, now that Amanda Serrano's getting these accomplishments, it seems like nobody wants to be, not everybody's happy for the record, but there's the casual butthurt fans, victimized fans that want to pull things out the hat, right? And rain on her parade. It's okay. At this point, I get it. You guys are not going to change your mind. It's damn near like politics and religion. You're going to stick to whatever you believe in no matter what. But one thing that you can't change is the facts of the situation, no matter how you feel like the reason is behind it. But indeed, within 1 week, Amanda Serrano had became the highest paid, the highest views, the most punches landed in women's boxing history. And now, she has the biggest following as a female athlete. I didn't even mention the fact that she's the athlete. She's the number 1 athlete in Puerto Rican history. They just gave her another joint in Puerto Rico. The biggest athlete in history, not just in boxing, in history of Puerto Rico. So, round of applause to Amanda Serrano.
Toma, huepa, chacho, pa que sepa, puñeta.
Shout out to all the women boxers. At the end of the day, this is bringing attention to women's boxing, so I'm excited for it. It don't have to be competitive. Let's be excited for it. Let's congratulate Amanda Serrano. Don't worry. Clarissa Shields, when it was her time, she had her time. But right now, it's just Amanda's time. And the fact that she didn't even get the decision from the judges, but somehow still found a way to be great. And that's what it is to be great. That's what being the greatest is all about. Even in loss, even in defeat, you're humble and still finds the way to become victorious. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments, though. You already know what's up. Make sure to hit that like button. I'll be here when you get back, cause
VIC SZN got that flavor.
Toma.
Toma! We out.